What is going on there, guys? Kempy here. I am back today for a Premier League double header and to show you what has been going on since you were last here at that awful Carabao Cup final. Before we do go any further though, make sure to like this video, go back and watch any other previous videos if you've not watched them, and subscribe to the channel. You are all a bunch of legends. Without further ado, let's have a look at how things have been going then. So I'm at the day of the West Ham game, which I was going to show you last time out. Things have moved on as we actually won in the FA Cup Biff round 2-0 against Brighton to go and lose in the Premier League yet again to Fulham. A red card for João Palhinha when we were 1-0 down made me think that we could actually win this game. Bruno Fernandes scored, and in the 91st minute we conceded to lose yet again in the Premier League, leaving us 14th in the table and yet another loss to the record. As you saw last time out, right at the very end as well, Avram Glazer has had another meeting with me about my position at the club. So all we've got left really to save this is this game against West Ham. We have to win this or I think we are sacked. We've then got Olympiacos, which I won't show you, and then the FA Cup quarter-final against Arsenal I will. Hopefully maybe get into the quarter-final of the Europa League and the semi-final of the FA Cup might save my job. I don't think it will. We've just been so bad recently that I don't think anything's going to save it. But I'm going to go through, sort the team out and see you guys at the start of the Manchester United versus West Ham game. The team then for this game is going to be Diogo Costa in goal, Wan-Bissaka right back, Soleil Martinez as centre backs, Luke Shaw as the left back, Casemiro as the CDM, Eriksen as the centre mid, Elanga is going to play that left mid role, right wing is going to be Anthony, shadow striker behind Evan-Neilson is Rashford. West Ham going to line up with Areola, Kufal, Zuma, Jimistu, Creswell, Shooten, Lanzini, Souček, Fornals, Bowen and Skamaka. Last time out against West Ham, I lost 5-0. So I could really do with not losing this game 5-0 and actually picking up 3 points for the first time against West Ham. 2 minutes in, however, though, it looks like West Ham are knocking the ball around fairly nicely. They look up for this, but Rashford with the interception finds Anthony, who just doesn't cut in enough on that left foot, and Evan-Neilson just pops the ball over the bar. I do apologise if the sound was a little bit dodgy for the last few minutes. The mic was away from me. I'll try and turn that up and it should be all good now. It is nice and close. Case Martinez and Eriksen out wide, not quite getting the opportunity, but a decent fast start to this game means hopefully we should be able to get 3 points against a very good West Ham side. That's a great ball into Fornals. He finds Kufal. Elanga has tracked back very well. Lanzini now. West Ham knocking the ball about nicely. And Bowen looks to go through, but Soleil with a fantastic defensive cover. Looking to build up from the back now. Wan-Bissaka goes long for no reason to Evan-Neilson, other than to give it straight back to West Ham. Classic Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but with Dalot out injured, there's not much else choice. West Ham just knocking the ball out now nice and calmly. Luke Shaw, I thought he was going to intercept it. That's gutting. Evan-Neilson does intercept and it falls to Eriksen. Find that left wing. He finds Anthony on the right wing. Cuts back to Casemiro. It comes off Rashford. Nearly 1-0. It's a good start. We are now into the second half. Not much else happened in the first half. But it does look like we've come out guns blazing for the second, with Elanga in behind to Evan-Neilson, who sticks the ball wide. He's frustrating. 0 shots on target so far with a 0.83 XG. Really is not good enough. I'm going to make the change early. Bruno was injured for this game, which is why Bruno is not about. I'm going to take off Elanga and Evan-Neilson for Sancho and Martial. Hopefully we can get some goals, and even just a shot on target at this point would be nice. Just 10 minutes to go now then, and I can see they are playing a very, very narrow formation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pack the width there and then drop Anthony into this role as a playmaker on attack. I'm going to put Sancho as a wide playmaker on support, Eriksen on a wide playmaker on support, and probably been Zalewski on actually for Anthony and drop Sancho into that hole there. They seem to have really gone to a very narrow front three. So I think just McTominay on his own in that DM spot should be able to occupy all three of them. We have got a corner nice early on, and it is Luke Shaw to whip the ball in. McTominay rises. Zalewski comes out to him. What can he do? He finds Umar Soleil. Is he offside? Don't be offside, Soleil, please. That was a fantastic ball from Zalewski, and Soleil with the finish. We just need to make sure this goal is given. David Coote is talking to VAR. Oh, it's been disallowed. The game hates me. The game hates me, I'm telling you. 8 shots, 1 on target, just simply not good enough. And this could be our job gone here. I'm going to go direct. I'm going to get the boys to overlap and play nice and wide and hit the balls in the box. Get right up there, counter press. Get up there, get up there. You've probably got 2 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go to see if we can get something out of this game other than just a point. We just simply were not good enough. And I think that's probably the job, to be honest. 14th place. Thing is, we've got a +2 goal difference. We're not even losing games by a lot. It's just really, really frustrating. I will play the next game against Olympiacos off of camera and come back for the FA Cup quarter-final against Arsenal, as well as the Europa League quarter-final and semi-final draw. Well, some very exciting news for Manchester United fans. There is a fantastic youth intake here. Seems we have got an unbelievable goalkeeper in Josh Evans. The Welsh keeper standing just 5'8", however, so he is going to be absolutely useless. Why on earth have they done that, giving me a dwarf in goal? That is disappointing. Will Wright as a centre mid. He looks fairly decent, good determination. He's a light-hearted personality. He seems quite good as sort of like a ball winner. Yeah, the tackling seems good. Decent work rate. He's aggressive. I don't mind that about him. Will Wright looks fairly decent. He is 5'9", so he's a little bit of a dog in centre mid. And you've got David Hamilton as a wing back, another determined left back, which is nice. Decent crosser of the ball. The only problem is in the beta there has been quite a lot of problems with people being able to actually develop properly. We've got another decent right back here as Anthony O'Connell. Gavin Moran as a striker, left wing, right wing isn't too bad either. Decent finishing at the age of 15, quite quick as well. Fairly determined, he's a mercenary. I like the look of him. He's not very good at penalties, but other than that, Gavin Moran could be quite good. Bailey Typerva, another decent fullback. He looks quite good. And down here, these are all probably going to be still Championship to Premier League quality players. What a fantastic name that is. Vincenzo Quaranta. What a name that is. But like I said, guys, these guys aren't going to make much in this series itself. It's really good to see a golden generation and to see a few players come through. But sadly for us, I don't think I'm going to get to see him as a manager, or we're going to get to see him develop properly due to the bug in the beta that is currently harrowing everyone's saves. We easily dispatched then Olympiacos 2-1 with a fully rotated side. So we are now at the Europa League quarterfinals and semi-finals. I really hope we get to see this for ourselves and actually get to manage these games. But Teddy Sheringham is the one doing the draw, and first off it is San Sebastian against Arsenal. The teams left are Roma, Fenerbahce, us, Spurs, Lazio, PSV, Arsenal and Real San Sebastian. So PSV, Fenerbahce and at this point probably Lazio are the 3 teams we are looking for. Lazio comes up and it is Roma, which is quite nice. So it's going to be Tottenham, Fenerbahce or PSV. It's us coming out of the hat. And it's against Tottenham, of course, which means the Fenerbahce versus PSV tie. And then the semi-finals will also happen today. So it's going to be San Sebastian and Arsenal against us on Spurs, or Roma and Lazio against Fenerbahce and PSV. So we have definitely had very hard draws there for the Europa League. Makes our job a little bit harder if we do stay as manager to get into the Champions League. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to win against the best teams to win the European trophies. Hopefully we can do that, and hopefully we can beat Arsenal next up in the FA Cup quarter-final. The team then for today's FA Cup is going to be Costa in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Casemiro, Eriksson. Elanga gets to start left mid, Anthony, Rashford in that shadow striker role as Bruno is just about fit enough to make the bench, and Evan Nilsson up top. Arsenal are fully strength today. It is Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Gabriel Zinchenko, Ben White, Sambi Lokonga, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. Our home form is important to us. Let's go out there and make a difference, and I trust every single one of you to go out there and get us the result. It's going to be a difficult game against Arsenal today, but we need a win here to potentially save our job yet again. Whoa, that is very helpful because that is a straight red. I'm sorry. Thank you. They've had to take off Martinelli. That was a disgusting challenge from Saliba there on Rashford. It could have been a real leg breaker. As because of that, we're going to go attacking. I'm going to put Eriksen out wide. I'm going to play very wide, actually. I'm going to keep it the same. I'm just going to play very wide. They've gone to a very, very centralised formation with a 4-1-2-1-1. So hopefully we can get something off this now. We should be able to get the win here. A 10-man Arsenal. I'll be fuming if we do not get a result out of this one. And Eriksen now with the free kick. Ooh, a leaping header from Varane. It goes just over the bar. Unlucky there from Varane. Another good attempt. Still no shots on target in this game. It is something we are really, really struggling with. And that is half. We've not been good enough. And I'm going to make some subs straight away. I'm not going to mess about today. We are going to play again at that 4-5-1. We're going to swap out Anthony for Sancho and get him on that advanced playmaker on attack. With Elanga playing the way there and Eriksen playing at this role here as well. We need to get a result. We can attack them as much as we want, but we need to get shots on target and we need to get goals. It is a long throw-in for Arsenal. Saka picks up the ball to Odegaard and Costa with the save. Decent chance there for Odegaard, but a great save from Costa, and he now looks to slow the game down. Can he find a decent ball? He can. It's a ball over the top. Sancho can't win it, but he wins the second and back into Gabriel again. Odegaard with a ball in behind to Gabriel Jesus, who is one-on-one and puts the ball just wide of the mark. I worried that rippled into the top corner, but it did not, thankfully. We're going to encourage the boys here. We need to get something going. There is a highlight and there's a corner for Eriksen to whip in. It's not even going to beat the first man. Martinez wins the ball back. Casemiro... Oh, Ramsdale, what a double save. Evan Nilsson was offside. Casemiro nearly found the top corner there. Very, very unlucky. Looks to be that we are starting to dominate the game a bit now. Varane with the free kick on the halfway line. Finds that man, Christian Eriksen, and ball in behind to Marcus Rashford, who slots it away for 1-0. No doubt about offside. A fantastic ball from Eriksen does give us the lead. We are now going to drop just a little bit back and pop a centre mid in here as well and play two up front, I imagine. Sancho is going to go out onto the left. We're going to bring on McTominay in the middle as a box-to-box midfielder. Get him up and down, get the ball out to these two out wide and keep this game going. We're probably going to drop into a more positive rather than attacking. We do not need to push them too much now. Rashford is tied up there. There's some tired legs at the back as well. So I'm going to bring on Luke Shaw. I'm wary about making 5 subs now, I've got to say. Evan Nilsson's had an absolute shocker today, so Martial is going to come on for this last 5 minutes. There is a highlight for Arsenal. It's a throw-in starting off with the left-back Kieran Tierney. They are now knocking the ball back nicely. We seem to have quite a strong front line there, and Varane does win the header. Finds McTominay to Eriksen. Wan-Bissaka with a ball in behind. Ben White deals with it quite nicely, and Arsenal can break out. Eddie Nketiah finds Saka. Wan-Bissaka goes to the... Oh my God. Oh my God. The game does not like me. That is an unbelievable goal, which I can assure you I've never seen Saka do in real life. I need to see this again. The ball from Nketiah is a very good ball through. Wan-Bissaka goes to ground and Saka from about 30 yards out just hits it with his left foot and it finds the top corner. It's a great strike, but it is classic Football Manager to make us concede there. And we've now made 4 subs. There's not a lot else on the bench, I don't think. We can't even do anything else. Shaw, McTominay, Sancho and Martial were the subs we've made. We've made them at the 5 different points though. And we're going to have to go out into extra time. I'm going to put the boys back into the formation where we have the guy in cam. I don't think McTominay is going to be too bad there, actually. He could actually be quite good as a big man in that cam spot. We'll get him as a shadow striker and maybe get Rashford as well. With the playmakers in behind, need to get a goal and we need a win in this game. We really should against a 10-man Arsenal. I'll be very disappointed if we don't get a win here. Wan-Bissaka does find a ball in behind to McTominay and it is a stroke of genius. McTominay runs past the line of defence and does get that goal. It is 2-1 to Manchester United and McTominay has potentially saved my job. I'm going to keep the formation as the 2 shadow strikers there and hope that we can just hold on. I think changing the formation too much might do me a bit of harm. It is a ball out though that finds Casemiro. The ball over the top to Sancho, doesn't quite reach it. Arsenal now looking to build out with Sambi Lokonga who finds Nketiah. Decent press here and a good setup here for the United boys. McTominay and Rashford and Cam are putting in a lot of work. Nelson picks the ball for Arsenal, who did get the goal last time out we played. Zinchenko, a ball in behind. I'm not sure what's happened. Martinez got stuck in the mud. He just stopped running. There's a few bugs on this beta which absolutely mind-boggle me, I've got to say. But we have got another highlight here, and Wan-Bissaka is sitting on the edge of the box. He finds Rashford, and he makes it 3-1, and that is the victory. I'm going to praise the boys. Just the 100th minute, we've got 20 minutes to hold out and to see this game out. We should be able to do that, and we should be moving on into the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, in fact, of the FA Cup. Reece Nelson looks dangerous every single time we play against Arsenal. I've got to say, he seems to be a man invigorated from his loan moves the last couple of years. But here comes Kieran Tierney with a decent effort from 25 yards out, just wide of the mark. Arsenal trying to put the pressure on for this last 10 minutes. Lindelof is going to come on in that CDM position just to see the game out. And there it is. We have booked our spot at Wembley for the semi-final of the FA Cup. I'm very happy with the result. I'm hoping it is enough to save the job. I believe the decision day is the 29th of March for hopefully the last time. I say that every time, but hopefully it's the last time we have to come back. I'll show you guys the semi-final draw, see who we've got, and we'll come back for that all-important decision day to see if we are going to stay in and take this team into FA Cup glory. Here we are then. It is FA Cup semi-final draw. 4 teams left in the pot. It is 4 big boys: Chelsea, Liverpool, City and United. It is going to be a hard draw either way. I wouldn't mind Chelsea, and it's Chelsea-Liverpool, and we do get robot team Haaland for the FA Cup. It's a very, very hard draw. If we win the FA Cup, we do go into the Europa League. Obviously, if we win the Europa League, we go into the Champions League this season as well. So we've got a few routes into European football. It's just the league that has gone horribly this season. It's a difficult game against City, but not something I think is out of reach, believe it or not. Anyway, let's come back on the 29th and see if I've still got the job. The continue button is being pressed at a very slow rate. For that exact reason. Oh, Football Manager. Oh, Football Manager. We've been sacked. Finally been sacked as Manchester United manager. I've got to say, we've been shocking. If I look at the history, 47 games played, 61, 16 drawn, 11 lost, only a 42% win percentage. It is gutting to say that we've been sacked from Manchester United. I wonder how good I am as a manager. 2.5 star. So jobs are not going to be easy to find. I mean, there is currently the West Ham job, which is a 3.5 star. So I'm going to apply for West Ham. We're going to get on the grind. We're going to try and find a club to rebuild for the summer and come back stronger and stronger and stronger next year. Without further ado, guys, that has been me, Kempy. It is finally the end of our journey at Manchester United, which is absolutely gutting, but we'll be back for a job, hopefully in the next few weeks, and rebuild for summer. It's going to be a big 2023-2024. We're going to carry this save on for the rest of the beta, so make sure you are liking this video and subscribing and watching everything so far on the Manchester United beta save. It is going to be a one that I keep deep in my heart, but I'm gutted to say it is over and the next journey begins tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe, stay up to date on what is going to go on, and I will speak to you all